Alright guys, so I'm going to talk to y'all today about the unit circle. Of course, we got the unit circle right here, and we got the 30-degree angle right here, the 45-degree angle right here, and the 60-degree angle right there. Of course, we already know that that is 0, 1, and we already know that this over here is 0, whoop! My bad. Sorry about that, guys. It's the other way around. That's 1, 0. That's negative 1, 0. 180 degrees. And over here, that'd be 2 pi. Or it could also be 0. Down here, it's 0, negative 1. Up here is 0, 1. Alright, so we already have the degrees for this side. Now, all we need to do is find the x and y. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Alright, so on a couple of videos that I've watched on YouTube, the teacher, the guy that told me, said everything's over 2, so everything's divided by 2. Okay, so that's x and y. Alright. So everything's divided by 2. And then on the left side, it's 1, 2, 3. And these are the square roots. Alright. The square root on the 1 doesn't really need to be there because the square root of 1 is 1. And then it's 3, 2, and then 1 again. Alright, so it's square root of 3 over 2, 1 over 2, every 30 degrees. Okay? Well, for 30 degrees. And then the y's, all the y's are sine. So it's sine. In this case it's theta. And then all the x's, let me get a green marker. Get the green marker here. And then all the x's in my crappy green marker. Oh man, that is crappy green. Are cosine theta. I'm not sure if y'all can really see that, but that says cosine theta. Okay, now here's how I've learned to solve for the degrees on the rest of these. And this is also going from my teacher, Mr. Trask. So we know that this is 90 degrees. Okay, well we need to find the rest of these. So in order to go from 90 to here, we would add 30, okay? So you would add 30 to 90. So 90, 1 to 100, 110, 120. So this is 120 degrees. That's a degree sign. And then from 120 to here, you'd add 15. So that's 135. And then from 135 to the next one, you'd add 15. So that's 150. Or you can subtract that 180 by 30. Alright, of course you already know because 60 plus 30 is 90, 90 plus 30 is 120. Alright, so now in order to find these, you'd add 30 to 180. So 30 to 1 plus 180 should give you 210. I mean, yeah, 210, 210 degrees. Add 15 to the 210, it's 225. Alright, add 10 to the next one, that should be 240. And of course, we know that this line is 270. Alright, then you add 30 to that 270, that's 300. Add 15 to that, that's 315. And add 15 to that, that's 330. Or just subtract it by the 360 degrees over here. Because y'all know the whole circle is 360 degrees. So you got 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60, 90, 120, 135, 150, 180, 210, 225, 240, 270, 300, 315, 330, and 360. Now, I see it easier to do it in degrees. Some people like to do it in radians, but I'm not going to do the radians, so I'm going to give you all the conversion from degrees to radians. I'm going to take the 300 degrees, and it's pi over 180. So it'll be 300 pi over 180, okay? Which then you would divide both by 10, so that'd be 30 pi over 18, and then you could divide these by 3, which then that'd give you 10 pi over 6. Why does that not sound right? Oh, I got it. So it'll be 10 pi over 6, and then you divide that by 2 to give you 5 pi over 3. And that would be your answer in radians. Alright? And that's only for the 300 degrees though. Now, to figure out the rest of these, this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, this is quadrant 4. Alright, so these, that's a 1 by the way, these are all positive, so it's positive, positive. Quadrant 2 is negative, positive, because it's quadrant 2. So I'm going to do what I did over here. Alright, so it's going to be negative 1 over 2 square root of 3 over 2. And it's going to be negative square root of 2 over 2 square root of 2 over 2. And then it's going to be negative square root of 3 over 2 1 over 2. Quadrant 3 is negative, negative. So that would be negative square root of 3 over 2, negative 1 over 2. Sorry about that, guys. I'm starting to run out of room. Negative square root of 2 over 2, negative square root 2 over 2. And then this last one right here would be negative 1 over 2, negative square root of 3 over 2. And of course we know that line is 0, negative 1. Now, quadrant 4 is positive, negative. So 300 degrees is 1 over 2, negative square root of 3 over 2. 315, square root of 2 over 2, negative square root of 2 over 2, and then 330, square root of 3 over 2, negative 1/2. Alright, so this is how I was taught how to remember it. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. On this side, of course, they're all square root. Take the square root of everything except for 1, because we know the square root of 1 is 1. Then it's 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. That's a 3. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. And then over here it's 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. And it's all over 2. Alright guys, so if that helped y'all out any about the unit circle and how to memorize it, great. If it didn't, I wish it did. Alright, so this is Tuba Playa 2013 signing off, and once again that was the unit circle and how I memorized it. Alright guys.